Hello, hello, hello. How are you? This is Els Company from bmascraftycorner. And today we are going to be doing this. This is a double pocket using book pages. And you can do it out of scrapbook paper, cardstock, whatever you got. But this one's done out of book pages. And these are pages out of this thing here that everybody loves. I actually found that I had a pack of these that I didn't know I had, that I bought from Amy 2.5 years ago. I had these, and I had these. So we're going to make some of these. I'm going to show you how to do this. Real simple, real quick, real easy. I'm going to get everything out, and I'll be right back with a list of supplies, and we'll get started. For this one, you're going to want, probably want a circle punch that you can use to put the little notches in. You're going to want a bone folder. You are going to want some book pages, or scrapbook paper, or whatever you want to use, magazines, whatever. Maybe some plain cardstock to put, journaling space on the back of it. Ink, adhesive, cutter, and a marker to do your faux stitching. It doesn't have to be fantastic, okay? It can be a Sharpie, it can be a Posca pen, it can be whatever you've got. The Tim Holtz lettering pens, whatever, okay? All right, okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to decide, how tall of a pocket we want and how wide of a pocket. I like about 3.5 inches, so I'm going to cut this down to about 7 inches across. So let me get the big cutter here. Cut this down to about 7 inches. Okie dokie. And then I want it to be about 8 inches tall. So we'll cut it down to 8 inches. And that's my piece of paper. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this in half. I'm going to line everything up. I'm going to use my bone folder to get a nice crisp line. Okay? All right. So this is the base. Okay? So the next thing is I'm going to have a top pocket. So I'm going to put a finger grab at the top. And I'm going to have one here. So I know that this is 8 inches tall. My top pocket's going to be at 4 inches. So my middle here is going to be right about there. So I'm just going to use that as the base of where I'm going to put this in, just as a guide. Alright, so now I have a finger piece here, a finger piece here, and it's time to ink. I know, so weird, right? So you can do this in any color that you want. This just happens to be what I have on my table, so it's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to ink this. Now, if I plan on gluing this down to a page, I don't have to worry about the back. But if I'm going to just, you know, tuck it in, then I might want to glue the back of it. Ink the back, okay? This one, I'm probably going to just glue down, so I'm not really worried about it too terribly much. So the next part is we're going to come in and we're going to put a line at 4 inches. I'm going to use this just so you guys can see. Let me bring the camera in a little bit. Okay. So I'm just going to put a line here. That's going to be my glue line. And that will help me know on the other side, you know, where the bottom of the pocket is. So for this one, we're going to glue across that line, up on the outside, and across the bottom. That's it. Okay? So now I know that, you know, at 4 inches is where it stops, okay? Alrighty. So the next part of this is going to be to make my inserts. And I know that this one is 4 inches. And it's 3.5, so I'm going to go 3 by 4. And I'm going to go 3 by 4 here, and I'm just going to pay attention to orientation because I want it to be oriented correctly. Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to cut those, and I'll be right back. While I was trimming up the card, I decided to trim up some plain cardstock for the back of it so that, you know, I would have a place to journal on the back. So I'm just going to glue these two together. Once I have them all glued together, then I'm going to round some corners, and I'm going to do some inking, and then I'm going to decorate a little bit. Alrighty. So, rounding some corners. I can do this one first. This one. This one's not quite dry, but we'll work around it. Okay. Let me get rid of all these little chads. Okay. Alright, so now I have my two cards. I'm going to ink these, and then when I come back, we're going to add some kind of an attachment so that we can pull them out of the pockets easily. And we're going to decorate them a little bit, okay? So go ahead and get these inked up, and I'll be right back. All right. So I've made a mess. I have this jar where I just kind of put like all of the end pieces of things and like appliques and, you know, little bits of ribbon and trim and stuff into it, you know, and you know, like that. I got one, or I got like one piece of this, one of those, that kind of stuff, you know, a little piece of that, one of these, trim of that, some of that, a little bit of this, some of that. Anyway, I keep all this stuff in a jar under the desk, right? And, oh good grief, get in the jar already. It's time to clear it out, I think. So let me just grab. So what I did is I pulled this up. I don't go in here often, but I pulled up a couple of pieces here because, you know, I could just take a piece of paper like this, a strip, you know, and I could just put a little pull tab on the top, you know, like this. And you could pull that out and it would be great, right? But, you know, I want to dress it up a little bit, so. So, pulled some of this stuff out. I really think I'm just going to use this. And I'm just going to use my stapler. And run out of staples. Isn't that the way? Whenever you try to do something, you just run out of staples. And now I'm going to see if I can find some. Do-do-do-do. I know I just bought like 3 boxes of them, so I know I have some. Here we go. Let's see, staples. Okay. Go in here. We'll get some out. And put them in. Oop. Helps if you put them in right side up. Little plunger. There we go. All right. Yeah, so I'm just going to do this. Why not, right? Okay. I like it. Put those back over there. And let's get this closed up. All right, so this one goes in here. This one goes in here. Now, if I want to take this a step further, I can take a piece of cardstock that will fit the back. Obviously, it would be a little wider, and I could glue it around and make one big pocket in the back. If I wanted to stitch this into a journal, I could do that before I glue. So this is kind of a versatile way, you know, kind of a versatile thing to do. Now, I am not going to sew this because if I were to sew this, I would have to get out a sewing machine, and not a lot of people do that. So you can do some faux stitch on here with an ink pen, any color you want. I like to use black because I think it shows up. And all you have to do is just draw some little dashes along the edge. And it makes it look like you stitched it. Okay? So I'm just going to finish this up. And once I have this finished, then we're going to decorate. I'll be back in a minute to show you the finished product. Alright, so this is the original piece, and I didn't do anything to this. I just left it. I just put the, you know, the stitching, the faux stitching on it, and I left this alone. And I'll probably end up actually putting a backer on this one, because I'm probably just going to tuck this in. On this one, I added a couple of little applique butterflies on the front that are just in the color theme. And then I added a little butterfly on this one. And I added this little flower on this one. I don't know. I think this might be Timmy's stuff. I'm not sure. But, but I found a little flower and a little butterfly that I liked. So, I added those. And this just goes in. I've got the faux stitching on this one as well. Here so you can see. So you get your line across the middle and down the side. And we've got our cards that fit in on the side and at the top. And again, I could just put this in. I could put a piece of paper on the back to make this journaling space, or put a belly band on here and use it as some kind of tuck spot. It's entirely up to me, but that's my little pack for today. If you have any questions, go ahead and put those in the description box below. If not, and you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Like me, ring my bell, share me with all your friends, and then your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends, and our friends can get to be friends. Before you know it, we have a giant crafting community. Until I see you again, remember, I go live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 11, 12, and 1 across the country, and 8 over in Hawaii, from what I understand. Let's see what else. I load videos on Mondays and Wednesdays, and starting in January of 2022, I'm going to be doing absolutely free classes, how to build a journal. We're starting with a little golden book. It's fantastic. We are 4 weeks into it and just having a fantastic time. So until I see you again, stay safe. Bye-bye.